Today, things are different because I will be making a Naruto based game for the PS4. Now, it is because there's this game out there called Dreams PS4. So, for those people who do not know, Dreams allows you to create your own game. And I decided to take some time out of my own day to create a Naruto based game because for some reason, a lot of the companies out there cannot actually create a game that the fans want. So I'm going to try my best to create one Naruto game that people will actually like. So first of all, it is going to be open world, just like Storm 1. And I want it to be like Shinobi Strikers, but with Storm 1. Other thing is that I'm going to be using you guys' suggestions in order to build this game because I feel like developers should listen to their fans to build a game. So that's exactly the whole point of why I'm doing this. What I aim for is for it to be multiplayer, but Dreams right now doesn't have any multiplayer. So I'm going to design the game for single player. When the multiplayer comes, I'm going to try and adjust it for multiplayer. So let me talk about the mechanics that I've thought of so far. First of all, you start with creating your own unique character. You get to choose your village, you get to choose your clan, and you get to choose 2 different elements. Now, some clans will come with a default element, like say for example, Uchihas all have fire style jutsu, so Uchiha automatically come with the primary element, which is fire, and then you get to choose the second element. Also, in terms of clans, you can choose to have no clan at all, and if you choose to have no clan, then that means that you will have a overall better advantage than all these other people who do have clans, right? So the thing about clans that I want to know you guys' opinion is this: if I create the Uchiha clan, and the Uchiha clan is by default set in Konoha, because some people want certain clans to be only accessible through certain villages, right? Thing is, the Uchiha clan is very popular, so if I create the Uchiha clan and I base it in Konoha, you need to be Konoha in order to choose or be a member of the Uchiha clan. The majority of people are just going to be Uchihas because, let's be honest, they have better powers than the majority of clans out there. So what I'm debating is whether to make clans exclusive for certain villages, or whether I should allow people to just create any clan in any village, so therefore it will be balanced out. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Now, what is going to happen is, once you have chosen your 2 elements, you will be starting off in the academy. In the academy, you will learn the basics of, the controls on how to play the game, and you will also learn how to train your stats, right? So stats are the most important thing here, because this is not going to be a level based game, it's going to be based on your stats. So the outcome of your character is all based on what you decide to train. I'm going to make sure that there is quite an extensive amount of stats for you to train to, create your own unique ninja, right? So after you train, you learn to train your stats, you will then do an exam in order to become a Genin. And I mean like a written exam kind of thing, where you have to guess answers and enter certain things in. And in that exam, you're going to be learning terminology of the show, so you actually know what a Genin is, so on and so forth, because I'm sure some people who are going to play it are not going to be adept with Naruto or understand what certain words mean. So that is what's going to be done when you're, in the academy. Once you're past the academy, right, then your goal will be to train your stats and to prepare yourself to become a true nin. Thing is that when you become a Genin, you will get your headband and you will get a few jutsus here and there. You're not going to get a lot of jutsus, but you're going to get jutsus here and there. And then you will be able to unlock certain powers or jutsus that apply to your clan. So every single rank will have a lot of content in there that is locked until you achieve that stat. So if you're Genin, you will only be able to use, the Bunshin Jutsu, and then you will be able to use the wood replacement, and then you're going to have to train your Ninjutsu and Genjutsu in order to unlock certain things. For Uchiha, let's say for example, Uchiha will have to train using the Bunshin Jutsu to increase their Genjutsu so they can eventually unlock their Sharingan, right? So that's basically how it's going to work. All the achievements that you will unlock will be based on how you train. Now let's look at stats, because that's the most important thing here, because the game is going to be based on stats. So the first stats you're going to be able to train is your stamina. Your stamina can be trained by climbing up mountains, by walking in weights. You see the weights that Rock Lee has on his feet? Yeah, you can buy those, you can wear those, and you can walk around, and as long as you keep walking around, that will train your stats. But the negative side about training with weight on your legs means that it slows you down, right? So the other thing is obviously Taijutsu. Training with Taijutsu increases your stamina. Next one is Chakra. The only way to train your Chakra right now that I can think of is standing on water, because then you're focusing your Chakra, right? So I feel like that's the only thing I can think of right now. I want you guys to tell me what you think in the comments below. Next one is going to be Chakra control. Just because you have Chakra doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be successful with creating jutsus, right? Or just using jutsus in general. So in order to train your Chakra control, you will be walking on trees, you will be walking on water, and you will be performing jutsus, as well as casting, genjutsus, or whatever it is that's, it boosts your ninjutsu in order for you to train your Chakra control. So your Chakra control determines how successfully you will be able to cast a jutsu. So if your Chakra control is 1 out of 100, then if you use a jutsu, then it's not going to work because it's 1 out of 100. So gradually training it to, I'd say, at least 30 to 40% is when your jutsus will be a little bit more effective, and they will actually appear once you try to cast them, right? So there's that to think about. Next one will be Taijutsu, and I mean, Taijutsu is basically fighting. So you're going to fight and beat up NPCs during missions. You can, if this whole thing, if Dreams develops a multiplayer, you will be able to fight for random players running around in your village. That will increase your Taijutsu, and you will be able to log train. So the thing about all these stats that I want to ask you guys is this: if you feel like you know a better way for a person to train these stats, let me know in the comments. So next one is Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu you basically become better at by performing Ninjutsu. That's basically it. It's very self-explanatory. And the same thing with Genjutsu. If you use a lot of Genjutsu, then eventually you will train your Genjutsu stats. So the higher your stats are, the more effective and the more damage you can deal. So if your Genjutsu stats are really high, then you can easily, kill someone by using Genjutsu. It depends on the Genjutsu that you actually use. So say for example, if I have 1,000 Genjutsu in my stats and someone has 10 in their stats, the person who has 10 cannot cast a Genjutsu on me, or at least the Genjutsu won't work because my stats are higher than theirs, right? So yeah. Next thing is going to be Kenjutsu, which is training with swords, and the only way you train that is by equipping swords and just using that. And the stats Kenjutsu will add on top of your Taijutsu. So basically fighting with swords, but you add a little bit of extra damage. That's basically what Kenjutsu is going to do. The next one is ceiling speed. So what separates the beginner from a pro is that the pro is able to use jutsus quicker, because at the end of the day they have been training. And if you have a slow ceiling speed, right, then it will take you almost forever to be able to cast one jutsu. So the more jutsu to use, the more ceiling speed you train, and the faster it is for you to actually cast a jutsu. The only way to train seal speed or hand seal speed is to perform jutsus. Next stat is going to be running speed, and the reason why I chose to add running speed in there is because you can have certain ninjas that are really quick, and you can have ninjas that are really slow. So how quick and how slow your ninja is based on how you train them. Now, how you will train running speed is by equipping weights on your feet and constantly wearing them. So it becomes like a lifestyle where, like, you see Guy and Rock Lee constantly have weights on their feet, so therefore when they take them off, they are extremely quick. That is exactly how you're going to be training your running speed. So the next one, and this is the final one, is going to be wounds. So if someone attacks you, your stamina is basically going to be your life point, and once your stamina is low, then the next thing that happens is you get wounds. When someone wounds you, if it gets to 100%, then you die right away after you get to 100% wounds. So this is how it's going to work. First of all, when someone is fighting you, they will fight and drain your stamina. Once your stamina is at 0, any damage you receive is going to go to your wounds. Once your wounds get to 100%, you basically die. That is how wounds is going to work. And if someone is using swords, then they can directly attack your stamina and attack your wounds at the same time. Your stamina basically acts like your life points, and your wounds act like your second life point, so kind of like a second chance for you to actually fight. So yeah, the last thing you want to do is fight someone who has a sword, because they will be attacking your stamina and your wounds at the same time. And once you get to, I say 90%, you fall unconscious on the floor, and then someone can choose whether they want to finish you or not. Now, so far, based on the progress I have made, I have created the Kage house. That is done. And the next thing I'm going to be working on is Konoha, and then the Chunin exam arena. That's what I'm going to be working on. So far, my main focus is to create the locations and stuff, and then obviously the characters, and then I will add a little bit of, you know, logic in there to make sure that it functions as it should. That is basically what I have so far. Now the end goal is, if this is successful, right, and this if this is successful and a lot of people play the game, what I will do is I will use, you know, whatever money I make from these videos to actually fund a PC version, which will allow me to do even more. So yeah, the game will become better if it reaches that stage. Now I have a request though, for those people that are subscribed to me that, you know, play Dreams PS4. If you are good at sculpting, I need your help, because I need a lot of sculptors to create these characters. I cannot do everything alone, because if I do, it's going to take a very, very long time. I'm not really that good at sculpting, but in terms of, you know, creating the mechanics and all that, I'm really, you know, sufficient at. So if you play Dreams PS4 and you are good at sculpting, show me your portfolio, DM me on Twitter, and we can discuss things from there. So yeah, I want you guys to leave your suggestions in the comment section down below. Now I will take some of these suggestions and add it to the game, because I do need help. This is a game that will be created using you guys' opinions, and that is exactly the whole point of this game. So if you also have questions, leave them in the comments, and with that being said, I have nothing more to say. The next follow-up video is going to be an update on what I've created so far, and I will answer some of your questions. So bye.